It's an exciting, slightly dangerous evening here on the Tomarosa. We have a crock pot full of melted beeswax with a little bit of coconut oil. And today we are going to try our first time waxing cheese. Let's look at the cheese. Okay. These are 2 rounds of Caerphilly cheese, which is the mild Welsh cheddar. We made 3 days ago, and we had it drying. We just put it in the fridge to get it a little cold. So the plan is we're gonna wax and keep rotating, and then we have a brush to help fill in. And then we put it back in our refrigerator at 55 degrees and we let it age and we keep flipping it. The beeswax we used is local beeswax, and then we have 4 pounds in here, 4-pound blocks, and then 2 ounces of coconut oil per pound, so a total of 8 ounces of coconut oil. And that's just to help make it so the beeswax doesn't crack. So I guess there's nothing to do but just do it. So interesting. It's interesting. You see what it's doing?
Yeah. We don't know what we're doing.
It's like, alright. So this first time, I think you can see, it's like it formed a wax, but then it kind of, I mean, I don't think that's how it's supposed to go. Like it didn't stick to the cheese all the way. So I'm not sure what to do.
I say we just do this and then we brush it the rest.
Okay.
Part of the problem too might be squeezing the cheese to hold it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right, let's get a better look at what's going on here. Ooh. All right, this is our cheese. The first, it's falling apart. So now we've gone to the brush technique to see if we can get it to seal and stay on.
I bet it's different with like the small ones where you can get the whole thing in or half of it, so then you can overlap the other half.
All right, so we gave our cheese a wax facial. You know, people pay lots of money for this. It looks like it stayed together, huh?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I could see it pulling away a little on the edge, but I think
it'll be okay. I'd be interested to know from others out there who have waxed cheese with the beeswax mixture, what mixture you use and what temperature, and do you dip it or do you use a brush? Let me rephrase that. Please leave constructive comments and suggestions. staying together?
I think so.
You just do like this?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Sloppy. I have high hopes for this cheese and this waxing procedure. So this seems to be working. There's a beautiful, lovely beeswax smell. I'm sure everybody out there knows what beeswax smells like. So we're interested to see how that will also impact the flavor of the cheese, especially the rind. Another benefit of using beeswax that some people mentioned is because it's not super opaque, it could help you see things easier in the cheese. So we'll see. This is how the one I did turned out. It's not the prettiest.
It's artisanal.
It is definitely artisanal. And we're melting our scraps.
And even cool, I mean, it's very flexible. It's not cracking when you bend it, which is good. We don't want it to crack. Do you want
Fridge cam. So they look pretty good. I mean, they look covered. That was the goal. Get them covered and get them in our refrigerator, which is set, cheese cave, sorry. It's not even a refrigerator, it's actually a stand-up freezer. We have it set for 55 degrees. We bought this little controller that tricks the freezer to only coming on and going off to maintain a certain temperature. And we had it set a little lower. We have this which reads the temperature and humidity. So we're aiming for 55 degrees. It's slowly coming back up to that. What is the mess situation?
Not too bad. We put the butcher paper down, so.
After we melt these scraps back in, we're just gonna let it solidify because this is the official beeswax cheese waxing
Cauldron.
cauldron. How did you feel waxing went? What were you expecting and how do you feel it went?
I was hoping to just be able to dip it. These are pretty big wheels, and so they wouldn't fit, even half of it would fit in the crock pot. So I guess we were relegated to some brushing anyway, but after we had the false start with the dipping, I think the brushing went really well, and I'm really excited about these cheeses.
But it looks like it's gonna hold, and in 3 weeks we'll open it up and test the cheese.
And it'll be good.
Yes. Hi, welcome back to Clover Mountain Dairy. So it's been about 3 weeks and we have been aging the Caerphilly, and now we are going to cut it and wrap it for sale. During part of that time, about a week ago, we did see some cracks on the edge where we had been flipping the cheese, and there looked like there might be some surface molds from the cheese, and we opened up those areas, cut out any possible growth, and then re-waxed them, and that seems to have held and done great. So let's see what the cheese looks like now. Here is our first cheese. We're gonna take all the wax off and then see what it looks like and figure out how to cut it. I got a super awesome double-handed knife. Should make cutting easier. Definitely glad I have a double-handed knife. All right, moment of truth. That looks pretty good. Mmm, smells cheesy. I cut the first half of that will up into like larger 12-ounce pieces and then smaller 6-ounce pieces. And we decided to wax them again with beeswax before we wrap them. Well, it's been a long evening getting everything ready, but we do have our final wrapped cheese, and we just need to label it, and then we'll sell it at the market. And that's when our camera battery died. But we did go to market, and it was quite a hit. We sold out of our cheese that weekend. We did have a slight honey taste in the rind, which was wonderful, a little bit of a sweet flavor, and everybody loved that we were using local beeswax. Thanks for following along as we experimented with using beeswax on our cheese. Stay tuned and stay cheesy out there.